Kyoto is absolutely beautiful during cherry blossom or sakura season, and so naturally it attracts a lot of people, including us. This year, because I bought a shiny new camera, I want to try and get an epic photo of myself among the Kyoto sakura trees. The plan is to visit 6 spots across Kyoto that are renowned for their cherry blossoms and try to get a photo that is not a selfie, includes a sakura tree, and has no other people in it. Yes, I'm aware that there are now tools that help you erase people from photos, but that's not the point. Anyway, after we've got all our photos at the end, let me know which one you like best down in the comments.
The next stop is Arashiyama Terminal, station number HK98.
There's a group of people in the park doing exercises as well, and they're surrounded by sakura trees. It's stunning. The viewing and enjoyment of blooming sakura, or hanami, is a special time in Japan. It's a tradition that goes back over 1,000 years, but these days it looks like people coming outside and enjoying the sakura on walks, meeting up with friends, having picnics under the trees. It's just so nice seeing people just appreciating nature. From an outsider looking in, it might seem like an unusual thing to get excited about, and I also didn't understand the significance of cherry blossoms until I moved here. But these trees, when they bloom, they fill the sky. But they only bloom for 1 week of the year. After that, the magic is gone. Because they only last such a short time, they've come to represent the transience of life, the fleeting nature of existence, and the wabi-sabi of it all, which is beautiful in my opinion. So I've been using this website called Soda Kyoto, and it gives you live updates on the current sakura blooming status of all the well-known sakura spots in Kyoto. Although Arashiyama Bridge is not in full bloom yet, Tenryuji Temple is, so let's go check that one out. So this place, Tenryuji Temple in Arashiyama, I've been here in autumn before and it was so beautiful, but I've never been here in spring. But just looking at the photos, they look insane. So this photo right here is the one I want to try and get, hopefully with me in it. But if not, just the landscape looks amazing. God, this place is so serene. I remember coming here years ago and passing this tree and being like, wow, I'd love to see what it looks like in spring, and here I am. I wonder how old this tree is. It's held up by stilts.
なんかわからんけど、あそこに入れてるねって。
あそこに。
絵の中に。
Alright, let me give it a shot. Do you see those people up there? I want to get a shot from up there.
Three, two, one.
Japan is very famous for its cherry blossoms, and another thing Japan is well known for is its safety. But it's not completely crime-free, and neither are the airports used to get here. One form of security that's often forgotten about is the virtual kind. I once came to Japan with a friend, and at some point on the way over, her credit card was hacked into and all of the money for her trip was stolen. It's not the way you want to start your holidays, but that's where the sponsor of this video, NordVPN, can help out. A VPN is a virtual private network that provides you with a secure and private connection when you're browsing the internet by encrypting your data and preventing any unwanted eyes from viewing your personal information. This is especially important when you're connecting to the internet while you're traveling or to a public network. NordVPN is the fastest VPN you can get, and you can download it on your phone, computer, TV, whatever, and you can easily connect to any virtual location in the world, which is great if you want to watch content that's not available in your current country. For example, if you want to watch Ghibli on Netflix, which unfortunately is not available in Japan, I can easily change my virtual network back to Australia and watch Princess Mononoke as many times as I want to. It also provides file protection, and it'll let you know if your personal information, such as your email address, has been leaked onto the dark web, and then you can change your passwords as soon as possible to prevent any damage. It also has a phishing protection tool, which will basically prevent you from being taken to any suspicious websites, like a fake shopfront, if you, for example, accidentally click on a phishing link. If you don't have a VPN yet, I highly recommend getting NordVPN. You never have to worry about your data being compromised, and you can use it on up to 10 devices, including your phone. You can use my link nordvpn.com/sunnyinjapan to get an extra 4 months for free. There's also a 30-day money-back guarantee, so there's really no harm in trying it out. Thank you so much, NordVPN, for sponsoring this video. We've made it to the famous Philosopher's Path. The Philosopher's Path is a path along a canal that is lined with sakura trees, and it's become one of the most famous places to view cherry blossoms in Kyoto. It was named after a Kyoto University philosophy professor, Nishida Kitaro, who apparently used this route for meditation. It's about a 30-minute walk from one end to the other, if you don't stop, and it connects a number of famous temples on either side.
There's a lot of people, but it's so beautiful.
The cherry blossoms were in full bloom when we went, so it was a very popular time. So this is the best photo we could get. Technically, not a selfie. Just something to be aware of if you do want to come see the sakura in Japan. These trees are extremely fragile, so please don't touch them.
We're in the middle of the countryside.
A little bit out into the forests near Kyoto is a small temple called Jurinji. A famous poet called Ariwara no Narihira resided here, and in the middle of the temple's rock garden sits an old sakura tree named Narihira Sakura after him.
Got to be the most beautiful tree I've ever seen in my life. It's absolutely stunning. I wonder how old it is. It's such a serene vibe. It was just nice to kind of sit and just like enjoy the beauty of the garden and the sakura tree.
Just something to note, I didn't see any English here, and a lot of the Japanese is handwritten, so I would recommend at least a little bit of Japanese language knowledge if you would like to visit.
Having said that, tourists are very, very welcome. In fact, they want more people to come. We just had a lovely discussion with the staff from the temple, and they were super lovely, and they told us about the sakura tree, which they don't know how old it is, but they estimate that it's over 200 years old, which is on the higher end of a sakura tree. So every year it's getting, more and more work to keep it blossoming. Right now they're having an issue with a bug. I'll put it up on the screen what it is. But it's slowly been coming south starting from Osaka, coming up towards Kyoto. The issue is that this bug actually goes into the trees, which once it gets into the trees, it makes it very difficult to actually do anything about them, and they just kind of eat the tree from the inside out, which is not very good. And they love sakura trees for some reason. But I mean, don't we all?
This is it, the red-necked longhorn beetle, Aromia bungai. It's an invasive species in Japan, and after this we actually noticed signs about the bug across Kyoto asking people to report any sightings.
But yeah, it's kind of scary to think that, you know, there's this bug that's starting to infect the area that could do a lot of damage to a lot of the beautiful cherry blossom trees in Kyoto.
Anyway, back to Jurinji. If you would like to visit, it's not terribly complicated to get to by public transport, but the buses to the temple are pretty infrequent, so plan before you go. We did not, so we ended up walking back to the nearest Hankyu train station, which took about an hour. I know I just said this at Jurinji, but this has got to be the most stunning tree I've ever seen. Look at it. We came here at 7 a.m, which is why this place is so quiet, and there's also a whole park behind the tree as well with lots of other sakura trees, but the big one just really steals the show.
We have made it to the Kyoto Botanical Gardens, and this place is freaking huge. So it seems we got some wrong information. We thought the sakura would be in full bloom here at the Botanical Gardens today, but turns out they are only at about 50%. But that's okay, it's still very pretty.
五分咲きって言ってたけど、あれやな。ここがもっと咲いたら隙間がもっとなくなるから一気に行くわ。
The nice thing about this place is that there's so many different species of sakura and everything's written on the trees. So you can walk around and see all the different types of sakura. The only thing is that a lot of them don't bloom at the same time. It must look insane when it's in full bloom.
Entry into the botanical gardens costs 500 yen per person, and you can re-enter as many times as you'd like, which is really good during autumn and spring because they have light-up events happening in the evenings. So we're just taking a little break in a little kiosk thing at the botanical gardens, and I got a couple of vending machine coffees. It's hot coffee that comes in a cup, but I was like, where's the cup? I didn't know where the cup was. You just wait and then the cup comes out of the machine as well and you get hot coffee. This one was 110 yen and this one was 140 yen. This is the special blend.
こっち。あ。
We got Macca's! So we got some Macca's from nearby and we're eating it here on the river below the sakura. It's so nice. But they've got some like limited edition springtime burgers that we're gonna try. So this is the teritama burger. This is, I think it's like the charcoal grilled barbecue burger or something like that. And we got chips. And we got this strawberry daifuku pie. It's like an apple pie but cherry blossom. It's got a teriyaki patty, egg and lettuce, and some teriyaki sauce. It tastes like yakiniku in a burger. I like this one better. It's really good. As the weather gets warmer, Perfect. So we are currently in a place called Fushimi, not Fushimi Inari, a place called Fushimi, and it's so pretty. It's got this like river running through it with boats, and right now it's like the sakura is in full bloom. So they frame the river and the boats so nicely. It actually looks like something out of a fairy tale.
The Fushimi area is in the southern part of Kyoto City. Fushimi Inari with the 1,000 red torii gates is located here, but I didn't know there was a whole town as well, with this gorgeous river. The water here is apparently very high quality, and Fushimi is a bit of a sake brewery hub, because such clear water makes tasty sake, I assume. I don't know, I know nothing about alcohol production. I wonder if you grew up here, would you be like, this is normal, why are there so many tourists here? These boats are called jikkokubune, which means 10 koku, which I think is a type of measurement that's about 1.5 tons, because the canal boats were originally used for transporting goods along the river. But now they're just sightseeing boats that run from March till December and are very popular during cherry blossom season.
People are already lining up to get on the boats. Wow. Honestly, this place might rival the Philosopher's Path.
I bet you thought this was the end. Wrong! If you're still watching, you're an absolute legend, and so you get a bonus tip. Do you remember Maruyama Park in Gion in central Kyoto? Behind Yasaka Shrine, which is apparently bopping at nighttime with food stalls. Is this a spring only thing? It actually gets lit at nighttime. Not like bleh, although that too, depending on who you ask. The weeping sakura tree is lit up, and there's also an outdoor izakaya setup under the sakura trees, which looks so cool. Having drinks here is now on my bucket list for next year. But the tree looks spectacular at nighttime, and it gets packed. If you can brave the crowds, it's a pretty epic sight. And just as a bit of a summary, here are some of my tips for enjoying sakura in Kyoto. First of all, the trees look best when they're fully bloomed, called mankai in Japanese. Different species do bloom at different times, but the Somei Yoshino is the fluffy white, light pink one that is most common across Japan, and most forecasts will tell you their mankai date. Mankai is going to be slightly different every year, but I'll put the dates that this footage was filmed in the description below. We found that early mornings had less people, and also the lighting was much better than in the middle of the day, just based on the angle of the sun. Same goes for right before sunset, but there's a few more people then. Be respectful of the trees and the area. And although mankai is very, very short, the falling petals are also quite spectacular. So even if you are a few days late for mankai, it's still a very beautiful sight. But yeah, I'd love to hear your favourite sakura spots in Kyoto. There's so many that we didn't cover, so definitely chuck them down below. Or if you had any different experiences to the ones we did go to, let me know as well. But yeah, thanks for joining me on this fun little sakura adventure, and see you in the next one. Oh yeah, and let me know which one was your favourite photo that we took from the 6 spots we went to. I'll be putting them up on my Instagram, so come join me over there.
どこ見てんの桜雨降ってきたな走れー